Hi there, my name is Teresa, and welcome to Jurassic TBR. Hello guys, if you are new here, hello, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber or returning person, haven't subscribed yet, should. But if you're returning, hello, I'm so glad to have you as well. It is Jurassic TBR time, guys. If you guys are new here and you don't know what Jurassic TBR is, it is a board game that I created to help me pick the books that I want to read. So it's my TBR game that I play at the beginning of every month to help me pick my reads. If you would like an in-depth tutorial on the board, how the game is played, all of that, I will link the playlist down below. If I can find a specific video that I was like telling you all about the things, I will link that too. But my TBR playlist is down below, so you can like watch that if you want. But I do have some updates to the game. Pretty much everything is going to stay the same except for one thing. Now, in the past, I have always done it so where I have to start and end the game in a month. So I don't end the game until I escape Jurassic TBR, and that is how I have always played. But y'all, if you did not hear, I'm engaged. So that means that a lot of this next year, or this year, 2026, I'm going to be wedding planning. And that is going to take a lot of my time. So I will not have the ability to read upwards of 15 books a month off of my TBR. Because yes, sometimes this board does give me that many numbers. So what I am changing is instead of playing from start to finish through the entire board every month, I am only going to roll 4 times. 4 times, wherever I end up is where I stop, and then the next month we'll pick up from exactly there. It's for multiple reasons, right? A, I'm going to be super busy this year, wedding planning, right? So this gives me a little bit more flexibility in only rolling 4 times instead of, the possibility of rolling heck of a lot more than that. This also allows me to stay on, well, I'm hoping it'll allow me to stay more on top of my reading so that I can actually read the books in my TBR and then have the time and ability to sit down and do wrap-ups and tell you about all the books that I read on my TBR, because I've been really, really bad about that lately. And that is a goal of mine, to get better at that. I'm only having, 4-ish books. I could have a little bit more depending on the cards, but 4 or so books on my TBR, that will make that process a heck of a lot easier for me. Now, I still do have the rule where I have to roll the exact number to escape. So if we come to any point in the game we are able to escape with 1 roll of the dice, I have to roll the exact number on the dice to escape. Otherwise, I have to go backwards the amount of spaces. And that'll just be considered 1 roll. So I will roll, and if I don't, if it's roll 3, right? Okay, I rolled, I didn't escape, I go backwards, and then I roll 1 more time for roll 4. I hope that makes sense. You should see as I'm playing the game, it should not be that, it's really not that complicated. I just start here and make my way up cross footprints all the way to the top. Really quickly, green is for the Mr. TBR cards. Red is for the Jurassic TBR cards. Where are they? Right here. White is for own TBR jar. Yellow is for fantasy. Black is for thriller. And yeah, it's very self-explanatory. You will see once I start getting into the game. If you've never seen it before, again, if you want an in-depth in the rules, I will link the video. But it's very simple. I just roll and move along, and then the footprint color dictates what I read. Now, the other thing is I have created some new cards for this game. So I do have both new Jurassic TBR cards and Mr. TBR cards. I wanted to have a new board as well. I mean, it'll look exactly the same. I just wanted to redo it because if you guys can't tell, this is bent. There's dog slobber on it, doggy, muddy dog paws. She's well loved, or well abused, I guess. But I really want to remake this and make it look nice. I just haven't had the time yet. And again, it'll look exactly the same as far as the actual image of the board itself. Nothing is changing there. I'm just putting it on a nicer backing. So basically the only other thing I guess I should explain is with the 4. If I end up escaping the board in 2 rolls, so if for whatever reason, if we're here and I can escape even 1 roll and we're out, that's it. I'm ending it. I'm not going to add any more. If I don't get any books, so if my first roll of the month gets me to escape the game. I'm thinking what I will do is have a spinner wheel of books that I have had on previous TBRs that I never got to, and I'll just pick from there. But if I get at least one book on, I'm not going to do that. It's just, you know, I mean, I might. I guess it depends on my mood. But if we escape, I will not be restarting it over in that month. We will be waiting till the next month to start a brand new game. Or if I land here, like say I land here this month, and then next month this is where I'll start. So this will be my starting point, and then I'll roll 4 times from there. Hopefully this is making sense. It's really not that complicated once you get into the gameplay. I might be making it complicated for you all. I don't know. But hopefully when you actually see me play, it will be quite simple. So let's go ahead and put the board down and talk about some other things that we got going on for February. Okay, first off, I know this video is out very late. I was really hoping to get this video out before February. It is currently Super Bowl Sunday. Go Seahawks! Gotta represent the boys. Yeah, I am a huge Seahawks fan. I mean, I'm from Pacific Northwest, where the Seahawks are, so, you know, gotta represent. Filming this on Super Bowl Sunday, it's still a few hours away because I am not missing this game. I don't know when you'll be seeing this, hopefully ASAP. I will not be editing this right away though because I'm going to be watching the Super Bowl. So we'll see when this comes out, hopefully within the next couple of days. Like I said, I know it's a little bit late. But as I mentioned, I'm engaged. I got engaged on Christmas Eve, if y'all didn't know. And so January was a bit of a blur. I had plans to like get more stuff done in January, but I didn't know I was getting engaged. So I was a little bit busy with other things in January. So we're a little bit behind on videos, but like, you know what? I don't care. As long as I can get them up, that's what matters to me. And hopefully you all will still be able to enjoy this, even though it is a little bit later than preferred. As far as February goes, I am not doing any readathons. I haven't even looked, guys. I haven't even looked to see what's out there, which is like not normal for me. But I've kind of really been in a reading slump lately. And then just again, with other things going on in my personal life, I've just been really, really busy. And my brain has been everywhere but reading. Yeah, I haven't even looked to see what's happening. So I have no plans as far as readathons go. The only book that I know I want to try and get to this month is City of Stairs by Robert Jackson Bennett. And this is because I am a part of Leandra's Patreon. If you don't know who she is, she's Leandra the TBR Zero. She is a wonderful bookish creator here on YouTube. I'm a part of her Patreon, and I think it's like every quarter, her Patreon and the Patreon of Brittany from Brittany Loves Reading, we combine. And so then we become Murder Among the Fairies because Leandra, her Patreon is the Manor and it's like murder mystery. And then Brittany's Patreon has to do with fairies. So it's Murder Amongst the Fairies. You know, so they are combining their Patreons and we are doing like a joint buddy read. The book that was chosen for February is City of Stairs. So that one I will try to get on my board. It is also Black History Month, and so I want to try and read as many books by Black authors as possible. So we'll see how that happens depending on how the board plays out. I have no idea. I mean, I'm only rolling 4 times, so I could only move 4 spaces, or I could jump big spaces. I have no idea how this is going to work. So wish me luck as far as that goes. And hopefully I can get that book on somewhere because I mean, February is a short month to begin with, right? And then I just have a lot happening. So I need to get a move on and get some books read. So enough jabbering. Let's go play the game. Hey guys, sorry if you can hear the dog barking in the background. Someone just shut their car door and he hates when people do that. So but I have my dice. I have Ellie Sattler here that's going to help us escape Jurassic TBR. But today we're not actually going to be escaping because I'm only rolling 4 times. I do have some new cards, but they are not finished yet. So some of them are blank and some of them are crossed off because I messed up, my printer messed up. And so I had to print double-sided to save paper, but we're just gonna ignore that. Eventually these will be all have this nice back on them, but for now they are just the way they are. And the board is still janky. I have not redone the board yet. I have not had time. So as much as I wanted a brand new board in January or in February, it's still janky. So let's just go ahead and roll. We have a 10-sided and an 8-sided die. I'm going to roll between the two of them and find out which one I'm going to be using today. And today is the first gameplay where I'm only rolling 4 rolls. So let's see which one we are going to be using. We go with whatever one is higher. If they are the same, which it looks like they're the same, then I get to choose. So we have a 2 and we have a 2. I'm thinking let's go with the 8-sided dice today, just to make it a little bit more fun, as I'm only rolling 4 rolls. So the rule does still apply. If I get to the top, to be able to escape, I have to go either roll the exact amount or go backwards the amount on the dice. I don't think we're going to get that close today with this 8-sided die, but who knows? So let's go ahead and roll for roll number 1. Roll number 1. Roll number 1 is a 3. 1, 2, 3, green, which is a Mr. TBR card. And just for February's game, just because I just did this, every card here is brand new and every card here is brand new as well. Not only like did I remake them, but the prompts are brand new. So let's draw our very first Mr. TBR card of 2026. Boop-a-doo. Okay, an author older than me. That shouldn't be too hard. As y'all saw, we landed on a Mr. TBR card. Now, I don't have these completely finished yet. I'm still working on getting these all printed out. It takes up a lot of freaking ink. So I'm trying to, do it over a few days. And I'm going to print out the back side of this and then laminate the cards. Hopefully, I'm hoping that will keep them in better condition than my previous cards were. But hopefully you all saw that I landed on author older than me. So this one, I looked it up, and Robert Jackson Bennett is older than me. I can't remember what year he was born. I think it was like early 80s. But I was born in 88, so he is older than me. And so I could use that one. But like I said, I was really hoping to read a bunch of books from Black authors this month, considering it's Black History Month. So I was looking into it. And Nnedi Okorafor is older than me. And I read the book Binti a few years ago and really, really enjoyed it. And so I've decided to read Home by Nnedi Okorafor, which is the sequel to Binti. I don't remember much about what that is about. All I remember is like it's sci-fi and it's about a girl who, from memory, and this could be a little bit off, she gets invited to or like accepted into this really prestigious school up in space, and she is the first of her people to ever go into space, let alone go to this school, if I'm remembering correctly. I can't remember if it's a futuristic world or if it's just like a alternative world, but from my understanding, she comes from a tribe or a people group that are in essentially Africa. It's been a while since I've read it. And she's flying in space. She's the first person of her people to do that. And a lot of crazy stuff happens when she's up there. So yeah, book 2 is continuation, and I'm excited for it because I really liked book 1, and I'm excited to see where the story goes. As far as City of Stairs, I will be reading this as well, so I will count either book towards this prompt. I do have a rule, I don't remember if I said, where at the end of the month, if I finish this prompt, it goes in the discard pile and is not touched again until the entire, every single card has been used, because I have 200 prompts, y'all. I have 100 of these, and I have 100 of the Jurassic TBR cards. So it's gonna take me a while to get through everything. But if I finish it, it goes in the discard pile. If I don't finish it, then it goes back into the pile of the active deck to be drawn again. So I will go ahead and count either of those books, either Home by Nnedi Okorafor or City of Stairs by Robert Jackson Bennett, to work for author older than me, because they both are. Hopefully I can get to both of them. And to be 100% honest, I have no idea what City of Stairs is about. I was going to look it up and I forgot, and all I know is that it's like fantasy mystery, maybe? I know he wrote Tainted Cup. Yeah, I don't know. I've never read anything by him before, so we'll see what happens. But That is rule number 1. We got three more to go. Let's go to rule number 2.
Rule number 2 of 4. And we have a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once again, we landed on a green footprint, which is once again a Mr. TBR card. So let's see what we have got. Herkiad. So this just means I have to read a book that fits a Herkiad prompt. If you don't know what Herkiad is, it's the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do.
And again, landing on my brand new Mr. TBR cards. And I got Herkiad, which this is actually perfect. So if you don't know what Herkiad is, it's the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do. And this is run by Cordy or Q from the channel Cordy. But this works out perfectly, and I will tell you in just a minute because the dog wants it in the room. I will be right back. Okay, I am back. So sorry if anything changed. Like I said, I had the dog in. So one of the multiple prompts that is a part of Herkiad, I will link it down below if you guys have never heard of it before. It's ridiculous and kind of crazy and fun. I'm just loosely participating in it. I'm not really actively trying to complete it. I'm just seeing how much I can do. And it runs from July to July. So I started in July 25. It'll end in July 26. 2026? Yes. And one of the challenges, or one of the bingo squares, because it's like a bingo board you gotta do, it is like heritage, I think is what it's called. I don't know. I cannot quite remember. I'll put the image of it here if I remember to do that in editing. Basically, because February is Black History Month, that is one of the prompts, is to read a book for Black History Month. So I will be reading She Drinks the Light, and this is by Yasmin and Go. I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing that name incorrectly. This is a brand new, well, this is an arc that I have. And so this comes out, I believe it comes out in March. Does it say when it comes out? Yeah, March. So I've only got like a month left to read this. I am horrible about reading my arcs. So I'm really trying to read this before it comes out. So, you know, I can do what is intended and give it a review. And I will give honest reviews. I will always give honest reviews about the books that I read. So this book is about a girl named Addie, or Addie. I'm not sure how to pronounce that name. I'm bad with pronunciations, if y'all didn't know. So our main character, she has spent her whole life on Golden Isle, which is a private island off the coast of South Carolina. The citizens of this isle really don't fraternize much with the mainlanders, and the biggest reason for that is because some of the people on this island, including our main character and her nana, are blood-sucking supernatural beings. Basically vampires. They're vampires. So, you know, they kind of keep to themselves. But something happens that leads our main character onto the mainland. Her best friend goes missing after getting involved with a shadowy organization called the Endowment. And so our main character is going to the mainland to try and find out what happened to her best friend. But of course, she befriends the niece of the leader of this organization. And so, you know, I'm sure she's gonna be seeing things from their point of view. And it does say that she can uncover secrets about her nana's past. Secrets that might change how she feels about the Golden Isle. Torn between two worlds, Addie, the main character, will have to decide how far she's willing to go and whom she's willing to cross to save her best friend. So it's YA fantasy. I think it might be considered romantasy, which is not my thing at all. But I thought, you know what? I've got the arc of it. Why not just give it a shot? Give it a shot and see if I like it, see what I think. And the author herself is Black. I looked it up to be able to tell you where this author is from, and I cannot remember. I was looking at a couple different books, so I'll put on the screen here where this author is from. I know Nadia Okorafor, at least I'm pretty sure she's from Nigeria originally. And that was the other thing too, is I really wanted to read books by Black authors who are from actually like born in Africa or born in a country, who aren't American or like North American or European. I really wanted to try and find some authors who are from other parts of the world that are Black. Yeah, so I will let you guys know where she's from. I cannot remember if she's American, if she's Canadian, if she's African, if she's Australian. There was a few people I was looking up to see like what books I could read, and I don't remember. So anyway, let's go for the next roll.
Okay, roll 3 of 4. And that's a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. White, which is owned TBR jar.
One of my favorite squares to land on. I landed on TBR jar. So these are all the books that I own on my physical TBR. Now there are definitely books in here that I have read, because there's a lot in here, guys. I currently have 402 books on my physical TBR. So I'm not going to go through every one of these to pull out books that I've read. So if I pull one I've read, we'll just redraw. But basically, really quickly, the color schemes are the salmon pink ones or anything that I hauled before 2020. The green ones are anything I hauled between 2020 and 2024. No, three. The blue ones are hauled in 24. Yellow is hauled in 25. And there is one kind of lighter tan colored one in here. Oh, it's actually right there. I don't know if you can see that one. That one there is 2026. So I've only hauled one book so far in 2026, but fiction, anyways. Okay, let's go ahead and find out what I shall be reading for owned TBR. Not looking. Let's pick this one. Ooh, an older one. Okay. See, this is always scary because I have some very large books on my TBR that I really am not in the mood for reading. And I have some really small books on my TBR too, so this could be anything. This is something I hauled before 2020, guys. So it's been on my shelves at this point for 6 years, minimum of 6 years. Don't judge me. Okay, let's unroll this and see what we've got. Is it even the right? Okay, The Enemy. Now, let me grab it. Okay, The Enemy. And this is by Charlie Higson. Totally not the book I thought I was going to be reading this month. Don't know if this author is Black or not. So that might be the one exception this month. But if it is, I mean, if they're not, oh well, it just is what it is. That's what I drew. I will try, like I said, to most of my books to read from Black authors. I can't really, the jar chooses for me. So I don't really have a say in that. But The Enemy. Now this one, again, I've had on my shelves for a long time. And it's a floppy paperback. So this is a part of a series called The Enemy Saga. When was this even written? It was written in 2009. And to my understanding, this is a zombie book. It is Lord of the Flies with zombies. That's what Rick Riordan says. There's no, it just has blurbs on the back. It doesn't really have anything that tells you what it's about. I don't think there's anything in here. Nope. Doesn't really say anything about what the book itself is about. All I know is it's zombies. So I like zombies. YA, horror. Giving me, from the cover, it's giving me I Am Legend vibes. I've never read that book, but the movie. It's kids versus zombies and no one is playing nice. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm hoping this isn't super gory. I don't like explicit graphic gore in my books. Because this is a young adult book, I'm hoping that the gore won't be too horrible. I mean, it is a zombie book, so there's gonna be some, but I'm hoping it's not too bad. So yeah, The Enemy is going to be added to the list. Not one I thought I was reading, like I said, but it's not too terribly long. Well, okay, it's 440 pages, so it is a little bit long. It just doesn't feel like it's that long, but I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I'm a little hesitant on this one, but we've got one more roll left, so let's see what the board has in store for us next.
Okay, and our last roll of the game, are we going to get a Jurassic TBR card? Let's see. I really hope so, because I put some really fun ones in there. Where was I? I was here, right? Okay. And I think we will, because look at that, guys. I got a 1. It's not a 7, because a 7 is right there. I got a 1, which you saw me roll it. That is Jurassic TBR card, red footprint. So we're going to go for our very first brand new Jurassic TBR card of 2026. And we have Giant Locust. Read a dystopian. I have officially completed my roles for February. That means in March, instead of starting here, we will be starting right there, that red footprint. So come March, we will see if we can finish the game or if we're gonna have to take it over again into April. But there you go, guys. I got 4 prompts and I am happy with every one of them.
Okay, guys, I got it off easy because if you don't know, there are cards in my game that makes me add more books to my TBR. Thankfully, I didn't pull any of those this month. What I did pull, though, was my very first Jurassic TBR card, and that was Giant Locust. Read a dystopian. I have been in the mood for dystopians. I saw that Veronica Roth, the author of Divergent, is coming out with a new book soon, and I am very excited. So I was like, I'm in the mood for dystopians. I read Sunrise on the Reaping when it came out, and I was just, oh my gosh, I loved it. I definitely was in the dystopian era as a teen. Like late teens, early 20s, hardcore into dystopian stuff. So this is great, and let me show you the book that I picked for this. We have The Dividing Sky, and this is by Jill Tu. Again, I don't know if I'm pronouncing names correctly. This is another young adult sci-fi. So I'm reading 2 young adult sci-fis this month. No, 3. I'm reading 3 sci-fis this month because Venti is a sci-fi. I think, yeah, this one, fantasy. I'm reading like all young adult. That's interesting. That was not on purpose. I like young adult, obviously. Except if I read City of Stairs, then that's adult, but like fantasy. Anyways, I just thought that was interesting that I didn't realize I was doing that. So, dystopian is The Divided Sky, and this is a futuristic world. It is the year 2364. I'm just going to very quickly read you the synopsis to this book. In 2364, 18-year-old Liv Newman dreams of a future beyond her lower-class life in the metro. Liv is a proxy, using the neurochip in her brain to sell emotional memories to wealthy clients. And yeah, maybe she deals a few memories illegally for an extra buck. But money is the key to her freedom. So when an eccentric customer offers her a ludicrous sum to go on an assignment that in no man's land, Liv accepts. The trek will be worth it if she manages to survive. Rookie forceman Adrian Rao believes in order over all. After discovering that a renegade proxy's shady dealings are messing with citizens' brains chemistry, he vows to extinguish the threat. But when he tracks Liv down in the wilderness north of the city, there's a big problem. Her memories are gone. Can Adrian bring himself to condemn her for crimes she doesn't remember? As Liv and Adrian navigate the world beyond the metro and their growing feelings for one another, they grapple with who they are, who they could be, and whether a new way of living is possible. So, revolutionary type of dystopian type of thing. This is like techie dystopian, which I've never really read like a high tech dystopian before. Usually it's like technology has failed us. I mean, like the Hunger Games, I guess, did have technology, but like not like, implants in your brain. It is also, YA, so there's gonna be some romance, which is not my thing. Ooh, it's got a map. It's got some information. But it sounds really interesting. It sounds quite fun. And our author is from Atlanta, Georgia. So, yes, that's it. That's the game. The game was actually very nice. I liked the fact I only rolled 4 times. It felt very odd to me to stop at 4, but it also feels really good and refreshing to know that I only have 4 books to read on my TBR. We have Home, that is for the author older than me. We have She Drinks the Light, that is for the Herculean prompt for Black History Month. Then we have The Enemy, which is for owned TBR. And then we have The Dividing Sky, which is for dystopian. I am very, very happy with this. I think this is going to be, it's definitely going to be an interesting month. It's all fantasy sci-fi this month, which is really interesting, and all YA too, which is also interesting. Not something that I normally gravitate towards like every month to have it be all of that, but I don't know. We'll see how it works out. I'm not going to complain with the books that was chosen, or that I chose, the way the game chose the books for me today. Not complaining. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to leave a comment down below. Go ahead and leave a blue and green heart for the Seahawks, because again, Seahawk colors. Go Hawks, beat the Patriots. I used to be a big Patriot fan back in the day. But then Tom Brady really just made me not like them anymore. And I know he's not with the team anymore, but like, yeah. But no one beats the Hawks. The Hawks will always be my favorite team, no matter what. So go Seahawks and go Team USA in the Olympics. Go me for reading some books. And I hope your February is great, y'all. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to say is I did actually, like I said, these are romances, and I'm like, oh no, I don't read that. It's February, so I was like, you know what? Why not add some romance to my life as well? Because it's the month of love. It's February. That is why I actually chose some of these as well. Is because we got a fantasy romance and a sci-fi romance. Home, I don't know if it has any romance in it. This, who knows? But a little bit of romance in there. So we'll see what happens, guys. Like I said, leave a blue and or green heart on the emoji to let me know that you made it to the end of the video. If you'd like to leave me a comment, I would love to hear from you all. Let me know, have you read any of the books that I've talked about today? I've really never heard anybody talking about these books except for the Venti one. So yeah, it'll be fun. I'm excited, guys. I hope you have a great February. I hope the weather is like okay. I know that the East Coast was, and even down south, y'all have been being bombarded with weather. We've been pretty chill here. It's super rainy today, but like it hasn't been that bad. Now that I say that, we're gonna get a massive storm. I just know it. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already and you'd like to see more content by me. Don't forget to give this a thumbs up. I'm really trying to grow my channel, and any amount of support would be just very much appreciated and helps. Thank you again for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye! Say bye! Bye!